Good morning. Safe Haven. I believe it's May the 18th or 19th. It's on a Wednesday, beautiful morning. It's 57 degrees. It's going to be a nice day today. Every day's a nice day. Every day we wake up is a good day. It's going to be close to 80 today, which is not bad. That's a nice day. I love the warm days. I operate so much better when it's hot outside. I'm not what they call them, cold-natured. I'm not one of those type people that deal well with the cold. I don't have a whole lot of insulation on me anyway, so the cold weather hits me pretty hard. I do much better in the heat. I love the heat. And my ear just rang. That's weird. It was weird. Yesterday, it was almost like I was getting a phone call. My left ear was ringing, and it was ringing for a while. It was a high pitch ring. Really strange. Couldn't figure out what it was, so I was trying to figure it out. I was hanging out with my mom. Her and I had lunch, it's funny because she was driving and I was on the passenger side in my left ear, and she's next. I'm not going to say anything bad. It's funny because even during meditation this morning, I connected to her and asked God to heal her heart. She's been through a lot of damage in her time growing up. My dad was a very, I wouldn't say abusive. He was very damaged. He was a very damaged soul. He was a Vietnam veteran. That was a terrible war, and he was an air medevac in Vietnam, and he's seen the worst of what a war can do to a body, picking up the wounded soldiers, and not always the wounded, even the dead. And I don't know if you can imagine what war can do to a body. It is, it's not a pretty sight. And I can imagine, we get ourselves into a situation like the military or a policeman, and we do it because we want to do the good for others, to help others, and not necessarily always about that. Something different maybe, but you think in your mind that, okay, I'll be able to handle this. Some people can and some people can't, but you think that some people can, and you think you can, until you get yourself in that situation and you see your first mangled, and I'm so sorry, your first mangled body, and now you're thinking, I've just got myself into something. This is your job. You've just got yourself into something that you can't handle. Mentally, you can't handle this. You lay down at night and you close your eyes, and that's all you see. That's got to be a terrible thing, and it's got to weigh on you so much. And then, like I said, this is your job now. You have to do this. You can't tell them. I mean, I guess you could, and this is where the ego gets involved. I guess you could tell them that I can't handle this. I didn't think this was going to be how it was going to be, or I didn't think I was going to be able to handle it like this. I didn't know it was going to hit me like this. But you being a man, and how society has raised men to be non-emotional and strong and powerful, it's a shame how they've said that. And all of us men, even women, have masculine and feminine energy in us. It's every one of us. It's not going anywhere. As much as you try to hide it and dilute it, it's not going anywhere. You may as well accept it. And that doesn't mean that you have to be homosexual. And if that's what you want to be, that's what you want to be. I'm not saying anything bad about that. But if you're trying to hide your femininity, your feminine side of a man, because you feel like it's going to make you be homosexual, that's silly. We're all that way. It's nothing wrong with looking at a flower and saying that's beautiful. We look at women don't we? If you're a man and you look and say, wow, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful creature. God has created a beautiful creature. That doesn't mean anything bad with you. That's only society teaching you that that's not right, and that's wrong. That's wrong. So maybe his ego got in the way, and he thought, well, if I tell them that I can't see this is going to make me look weak. When he should have stopped right then and not let his ego get a hold of him and tell them, I can't deal with this. Can I switch jobs? Can I do something else? I didn't realize, but no, he didn't do that. He continued to be in that position that he was in every day, seeing this. And I can imagine that every time that he saw this, it was more damaging and more damaging to him. And God bless his soul. God rest his soul. He has passed. He passed away in 2006. His fleshly body just could not survive anymore. He had damaged himself physically, inside, not outside, and his body just couldn't process things like it used to. And he found a substance while he was in Vietnam, and it seemed to have helped escape some of those demons. And of course, when the substance wears off, there's the demons again, and then you put more of that substance in your body, and then you find other substance that seem to quiet down the demons, and you put more of that in your body. And you know, our bodies are not meant to take those things. It's especially on a constant basis. Your body's not having time to filter it and process it. And you know, I'm not condoning doing drugs at all. And anything is okay in moderation. It's okay to smoke 1 or 2 cigarettes in a day, 3 or 4 or whatever. But then when you start getting into the pack, or the 2 packs or pack and a half, you're starting to do damage now. Your body is not catching up. It's not allowing itself to process that. So him doing that was damaging for him. But in the process, escaping the mental, and not always able to escape the mental. So when he's not able to escape, to put that substance in his body to help, he was a very evil man. Very evil man. I could tell you some serious horror stories that he had done. And he took it out on me, and he took it out on my mom, and my mom took it out on me. So I got the brunt of both of them. So my mom had a terrible childhood, not the best childhoods. Her father was not the best of men. Her mom did the best she could. She was a Lumbee Indian. She did the best she could. Grandpa, my mom's dad, was almost full-blooded Cherokee. So growing up in that abusive family, and then growing up with my dad, taking out his mental damage in his brain out on everybody except for my sister. I have an older sister. She was protected. She wasn't really much touched. And I'm not trying to tell you this to make you feel sorry for me, because I'm over that. I got over that a long time ago. So she's got a lot. My mom's got a lot on her, not only from her childhood, but even into the marriage. And then getting into a religion that was brainwashing at a very young age. And not all of it is. Not all of the religions that she was part of, she was part of, was damaged. But this particular man that run this church should never have been in that position, and you should never play God. You should never say that it's my rules and it's the way I say it and that's the way it's got to go. That's almost cult-like, and not a religion. Nothing against religion, but when you have a man that's over that religion acting and playing as God, then you need to get out of that quickly. But anyway, so my mom had a lot of damage, and she still does have a lot of damage. I can see it in her eyes. And riding next to her, almost like I'm in her head, and I guess it makes sense, the left ear ringing, because I was sitting next to her, and she was probably crying out for help. Maybe a thought was starting to pop into her head. I have noticed a difference in her since her and I have been hanging out as of late, especially since I have been able to get rid of the mental and garbage that's been on my soul. I've been able to cleanse my soul. That I believe that light that shines from me, she sees it and feels it, and it probably helps. Maybe it helps kind of clear out some of that. I've noticed the difference in her when she hangs out with me. She actually wants to hang out more, and I don't hate my mom. I don't hate anybody. I don't dislike anybody. I love everybody. So I'm not holding any grudges. That's not who I am anyway. I was going somewhere with all this, and I'm not exactly sure where, but we had a good time. We hung out. We had lunch, and it was good. It's always good to spend some time with your family as much as you can, even if they are a little toxic sometimes. I know it's bad energy, but it's your good energy is going to help them. Never, if you're on a spiritual journey and you're talking to God every day, and in your mind everything is positive, everything is loving, and you may have an individual come into your life that discourages you, that tells you that what you're doing is wrong, or what you think you've done or have done or experienced is wrong, it's time to remove that person from your life. No matter what, as long as it's positive and right in your head, then that's all that matters. But as long as you're not damaging other people, we all have our own walks and our own paths that we take, and it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks or what they say about your path. That's on them. That's a reflection of them and not you. Do not allow them to affect you. People like that are sent by the enemy. Encouragement, not discouragement. That is not being empathetic. That's the opposite of being empathetic. If you're an empathetic person, empath, and if you are an empath and you're all heart, and if you're not doing that, then maybe you're not. We are empathetic people. No matter if you disagree with what they're saying, it doesn't matter. That's their life. Whatever they feel like they're doing is right. That's all that matters. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. You should never allow anybody to break your spirit, ever. Just because they had a different experience, or they feel like what they went through was wrong, doesn't mean that they have to push that onto you. Always keep your head up. Don't allow these people to affect you. They're sent by the enemy to destroy you. And all that matters is what you feel is doing is right. What you're doing is right. That's all that matters. I had no idea where this video was going when I started it. I knew I was going to make a video this morning. And I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't exactly sure. I was in my head trying to figure out what I was going to say. And I was like, well, I'm just going to hit record and start talking. I don't edit these videos. I know I've said that before. I don't have any plans of how or what I'm going to say. I just make them, and I just go with the flow. And whatever comes to me, that's what I put. I hope everybody has a good day. I hope everybody has a good evening, a good morning, or whatever the case might be. I got a little distracted. I'm in traffic headed to work, and I knew I was going somewhere with this. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you were able to resonate. I hope it was able to resonate with you. Some kind of familiarities with this. I know it doesn't affect everybody, and it doesn't have to do with a lot of people. Like I said, this is our own walks. We walk our own journeys, take our own journeys, and we do what we feel is best for us. So, hope you guys have a good life. Till the next video, love and peace.